name is Joshua Day. I'm the executive director of MissionFit. MissionFit's a nonprofit gym 501c3 that caters to Baltimore youth. We aim to strengthen the mind, body, and community of the youth, through various means. We use exercise as a vehicle to really incorporate a lot of components of physical wellness, mental wellness, behavioral, emotional, you name it. We use exercise as the vehicle to achieve that. So what inspired me to really pursue youth wellness? So many different things. I feel like it's a culmination of my life and kind of my calling that really I started to become aware of it in consciously in undergrad, but I think it showed up in high school. But I worked in the healthcare setting, in physical therapy and chiropractic places. I gave back to my community in undergrad as a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and a lot of other experiences myself as a Division I athlete as well. MissionFit incorporated all of that into one space, into one job. It was doing it all. It gave back to the community of Baltimore, which I've fallen in love with since high school, thanks to DJ K Swift. I recognize it's easier to address problems in youth rather than adults and elderly populations, just because of the amount of time spent with not optimal health habits. It's a little bit easier to nip it in the bud or just address it. And then this nonprofit portion of giving back in a way that I'm very passionate about, which is exercise, it just checked all those boxes off for me. When the pandemic hit, as I said before, MissionFit, we aim to strengthen the mind, body, and community of Baltimore's youth. We've always, for the past 6 years, been focused on youth first. And when we had to close our doors and, youth haven't been able to come to this space as much, we had to shift more to community focus. If we can serve our coaches and our members and kind of just Baltimore as a whole, as a community, and have a good impact on them, then they can take that light, that energy, those interactions, and hopefully it has a positive influence on the youth, whether it be, a parent to the child, a mentor to their mentee, or anyone. But because we don't have that direct interaction with youth, we had to take kind of a circular approach. One of our staple programs, though, is STEP. It's Supportive Trainer Education Program, where we take current coaches or physical education specialists with youth and aspiring coaches and that are youth themselves. And we try to lead them through workshops and educate them and give them tools to better serve whoever they interact with and hopefully land them a job. That's the thing that we're looking to rebrand and relaunch this year, virtually or not. We prefer to have it in person, but with the way things are going, that's a little unlikely. Other than that, we're partnering with a few organizations around to just try and collab, half virtually, and some like newsletters or giveaways. So my greatest accomplishment as an individual for MissionFit and serving kind of the youth community when it comes to health and wellness has really been just kind of meeting youth where they're at. I think a lot of times coaches don't feel like they have the tools to do so, or it doesn't even cross our mind when it comes to the youth sector. Being an adult, a lot of times we forget sometimes youth don't think like us. And then I would say for myself, the biggest struggle, ironically, I would say it is the same, because they're different thought patterns or, just different everything when it comes to youth, trying to figure out that way to best connect with the youth, because literally one approach for one of the kids will not work with another one, and their goals are so different. That also is the biggest struggle, because we have limited interaction with them. So you try to, establish a nice, solid relationship with that youth very early on, very quickly, so then you can deliver the outcomes, not only that you want for them, that the stakeholders or their supervisors or their organization wants for them, but also that they want for themselves whether they know it or not. So I think that's both my greatest accomplishment and greatest struggle. And then for MissionFit as a whole, I would say the gym's biggest accomplishment has really been making a family. And I stress family because the undertones is a lot more intimate and a lot more loving rather than community. Not that it's not present in that word, but when I stepped into this role, the amount of people that stayed, reached out to me, even though there was previous executive director, and really just loved what MissionFit represented and exuded. I don't see that too often. I don't share blood ties with these people. The common ground really is just youth love of health, love of wellness, and kind of just supporting everyone. And then the biggest struggle for MissionFit, I would say, it's I'm glad to say this, but I think it's branding and marketing. A lot of times we hear how MissionFit is like the best kept secret. Where like so many people are like, you've been around for this long and I never knew about it, or oh, you're around the corner from my job where I've been the last decade, or things like that. It's a lot of people when they find out about it, they're shocked that this isn't as well known, I guess, as they believe it should be or would be. Obviously the goal with any nonprofit is to create sustainability as a business to where we're making change everywhere. But I would really say the measurable impact would be that on the business side, but on the impact model side, it would just be knowing that we are delivering successful health outcomes to our youth demographic and really just inspiring them to take health into their own hands, to own it and make it their own, not only for themselves, but for their family, for their community, and to kind of just spiral, that wave into something that's huge. We always focus on youth a lot, and I think that's where it's always going to be. But I think the more we can do, like, that reach one, teach one, or even better, reach one, teach three, I think that's really the thing that we're aiming for, where it's like all of Baltimore City kind of is exuding that health is important to them. And they're not kind of just, I'm just going to do my workout, do my thing, and not share about it or not try and look out for another person's well-being. And so I think if we can blow that up in every aspect, including the health one, I think that would be the very big, lofty goal of MissionFit. And I don't think we're trying to do it alone. We're trying to get every other nonprofit or for-profit health sector that's focused on Baltimore and Baltimore youth involved, because it's a huge problem in America and Baltimore City. Health disparities and kind of the things that people turn to when they don't have resources to achieve health. People, the community, Baltimore City youth, anyone, they can reach us through Instagram, which is just MissionFit Baltimore. That's our main platform as of now for advertising and getting the word out as to what anyone in the health sector is doing in nonprofits, or just putting our messages out there on what's going on with us inside our gym and what we're looking to do moving forward. We also have our website, www.missionfit.org, and you can sign up for our newsletters there. We send a newsletter out once a month and a blog as well. So those are the best ways to reach us. I believe that Baltimore needs a boost because I think Baltimore's just ready for it. The city has grown substantially in great ways, especially when it comes to youth and minority youth. They're making sure their voice is heard. If you look at just injustices when it comes to race, in Baltimore City, youth have led so many marches. There were youth organized, youth led. They marched down 83 kind of shut that down. Very peaceful. And then with the current school debacle going on, returning to school for teachers and students, teachers were in a tough position. Students rallied around that and kind of led something on behalf of the teachers, since the teachers, like I said, were in a tough predicament. So it's like the youth of Baltimore are letting us know that, you know, we will be heard. And I think that, like, we just need to start creating more platforms for them. And that's essentially what MissionFit is doing. You know, we want to have this thing youth led, and we want to just be a platform where any youth who's looking for something, you looking to be a personal trainer, looking to get healthy in whichever way to define it, because health just isn't lifting weights. It's not just up here. It's not here. It's whatever they choose to define it as that day. I think youth are shouting that they're ready to be heard and that they are being heard, but we just need to keep giving them more platforms to do so. And so I think, you know, that's the boost that Baltimore kind of needs to have happen in every sector.